Okay, I'm going to make this video short but helpful. I'm going to talk YPG 625. Although I believe they had the similar problems in the 525, and I believe the remedy is very similar too. So hope this helps. I got everything working. Everything's good. Good news. The screen can be fixed. I was just about to button this thing up and I figured, you know what, I better make a video to help some people because I could have sure used one. Our screen went bad on this thing. First of all, not saying you're dumb, but just make sure the contrast knob on the back of your keyboard is adjusted to make sure it's not just the reason your screen won't show up. The contrast does go all the way to dark, all the way to light. Just adjust that to make sure it's not that's causing your screen issues first. You'll be pretty psyched if you just do that and it fixes your screen, so you won't have to pop this thing open and replace the screen. If you do need to replace the screen, you will take out every stinking screw in the back of that keyboard. Every screw. So that it will look like this. And you absolutely have to take every screw apart to do what you need to this keyboard. Every screw. There's a ton of them. Take them out. The reason why that looks like that is you also have to take these boards out of there above the speakers, because there's more screws in there. There's 4 there. There's 3 recessed screws in here. Take all the screws out. Once you do, this back part comes off very easily. Okay? It's just a piece of plastic with the speakers on it. You've got slack with the speaker wires. Don't worry about that. They're just taped to the plastic for safety, whatever, but you've got some slack. It's just a light piece of plastic with speakers in it. This is what you need to get to, okay? 2 things you need to pay attention to. There's a circuit board with 6 ribbon cables plugged into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's 4 mounting screws on that circuit board. 1, 2, 3, and 4. A little bit off the corner, this one. That's your 4 mounting screws. You need to remove those so you can get some slack with this circuit board to get to the LCD screen down here. This is what the LCD screen looks like down there. It is mounted. You see 2 of the screws right there. There are 4 screws total. Here's the screen I took out. Okay? It looks like this when you take it out. Once you get underneath it from that circuit board, 4 mounting screws, 1 ribbon connector. Okay? This ribbon connector goes from the LCD screen to that circuit board up here. Okay? By the way, when you're taking this circuit board off, if you need to remove some ribbon cables to get some more slack, get some more space to where you need to work, that's okay. They pop out just like this. Ready? A ribbon cable just pops out, okay? Just be very careful with them. Don't crimp these cables, and they slide right back in. Make sure you pay attention which way they face. On mine, the blue tape side goes down, and the silver wire side goes up on all of these, okay? That's important because I got this thing all back together after doing the soldering, and yes, there is a little soldering you're going to have to do. Don't freak out. I got everything back together, and it wasn't working. It turned out I had 1 ribbon cable flipped upside down. It was the one from the screen. This is the one that goes to the screen, okay? These other ribbon cables are just for this part, this circuit board. The ribbon cable's got this one, or the LCD screen rather, has 1 ribbon cable that goes to this circuit board, okay? Make sure it's facing the right way up. Once you get in there, I'm going to make this part quick. Once you get to the LCD screen and you take it out, it's not just this ribbon cable that's connected. There is also a red and white power kind of source kind of thing. 2 little wires. You'll see them in there, are going to be attached to the side of this LCD screen, giving it power, helping it to illuminate. You will need to cut those wires out. The piece does kind of come out of there. I've actually taken it out of there already, but you will need to cut the wires off of that piece. The reason why is Yamaha has made a modification to the replacement part, hopefully I'm assuming because that was the part that was going on screen. You'll see these are identical with the exception of this one piece here. The reason why you got to disconnect from here is because you actually have to solder the wires onto these gold little pieces, positive and negative. It is labeled. and you'll check your wires. Your wires are labeled, which one's positive, which one's negative. In mine, I think it was purple and white, and the purple one was positive. P for positive, purple positive. You will need a little pen soldering kit. If you don't have one, find somebody that does, that can do some little electrical soldering. It's not that big of a deal. And you solder the wires onto these things, onto those little tabs. Once you do, you remount the thing with the 4 screws. You mount the circuit board back on top of it with its 4 screws. You make sure all the ribbon cables are plugged back in. And again, make sure the ribbon cables are facing the right way. And you should be good to go. You'll plug it back in, and like I said, my symptom at first was the screen was bad. Once I replaced this, I got a screen that lit up blue with no data on it. That's when I figured out the ribbon cable was flipped upside down. You flip that back over, and now I've got data. Everything's working fine. I'm not going to put this back together and show you. Just take my word for it. It works fine. Just tested it out. Hope that helps. The replacement screen cost me about $150. I bought 2 of them, and then this is my my spare, because we actually own another one of these keyboards, so just in case I have to replace that one too. And there's the bad one. I'll put a link maybe with the get the replacement screen. Again, that's the Yamaha YPG 625 replacement LCD screen. Take care.